crispy.
Y'all, and I'm back. All right, so let me see, make sure I lit this the right way. I'm trying. It's this one's a little difficult to photograph and to record because these three walls are gonna throw off the lights no matter what. So I have three lights going, one in the background that's lighting up kind of that red orange background, and then I have these two other lights that are kind of just shining the dial. So was contacted by someone who has gotten a dial from before. He actually got the clock tower dial, and he contacted me actually a while ago and said, listen, I have an idea for a dial, and for whatever reason I contacted him back, and then we just went back and forth and didn't really complete the conversation. So I hit him up a few weeks ago and was like, hey, listen, do you still want to work on this? And he's like, yeah, man, absolutely. Gave me kind of what idea he had in mind, which was kind of a three different destroyed rooms. And so as we were going back and forth, we decided to make it just that, and then add the snow element. So real quick, this is actually not a room. This is the hallway. So this is the hallway this is like an old apartment building, right? So this is the hallway that was leading up to the front door. The front door would have been right there. And then this is you know, what could be called a lobby type room. I'm not fancy. I grew up in an apartment in the inner city, so I don't know what you call different rooms for bigger houses, but I thought of this more like, you know, you walk in and maybe somewhere here there'd be like a table where you put your mail and keys and whatever. You walk into the next room, this would have been the kitchen. The way I'm looking at it would have been the kitchen. So that was kind of the idea here. This is a technique that I used before in terms of these walls here, which was in the last, I think one of the last dials that I made, which was the Punisher dial, where I kind of did that hidden gun armory. So this was, I like that idea, and I liked it because you can add some of these in between, and you can kind of rip it so it kind of goes, you know, rip that hole so it goes through, and you can see on the other side. All of, first of all, real quick, the measurements. This is a 22 inches long. 22 inches long. It is about 12 standard, 12 inches deep, 12 inches tall. Insulation foam board, except for these, which is just a project foam board. Project foam board. In between the foam project foam board is balsa wood, and then same thing here. This is just balsa wood, which helped the frame of the door helped with this piece. This is a piece that is. Let me just try to make sure the light. It's just so difficult, the light. This is a piece where I didn't want to magnetize the whole thing. As you progress in your art form, you always try to find new inventive ways of making it work, and in different ways of using less materials and so forth and so on. So in this particular case, there was no magnets for these walls. So these are basically pegged in. So these just two pegs, but you know, the balsa wood that was coming from in between these walls, and you can see it better. Oh, maybe not. You can kind of see there. Cut those pegs out. Then I kind of cut them out on the floor, and then up here I just put a piece of foam board, excuse me, yeah, insulation foam board. Put a piece there, and that's what kind of straightens it out. So once you kind of peg the wall in, that piece up there doesn't allow it to fall either way. This is an actual and there goes that. This is an actual, looks like a mini tree, man. This is a branch that I found. I went looking for. One of the things that Alexander had mentioned is that maybe have kind of a, I think one of us mentioned they have a branch kind of sticking through, a tree sticking through this abandoned apartment's window. So we put a little bit of snow on there, and created that by just literally putting snow on it and cutting it here. So now all he has to do is, when he gets the piece, is just kind of put it there, and then you can do what you want with it. So you can, you know, lean it any angle you want to lean it, and then just work it into your pictures. Now this back wall is one piece. This is one piece, and that's definitely magnetized. So you can see where the magnets are up in that corner. The magnets are there on the floor. So this piece and that piece are magnetized. These are pegged in. And everything else is just pieces of foam and foam board, insulation foam board and regular project foam board, and pieces of scrap wood is all on the floor. This snow is actually, I know people have used flour. I didn't have the time to really experiment with the snow, so I actually went and got actual hobby terrain, snow terrain, and it comes with you can buy a glue, so you use this kind of a spray-on glue, and then you kind of put this on, and it actually holds pretty well. These two pieces are what would have been the door here. And let me see what else I can tell you guys. This frame here is actually not wood, it's insulation, or the project foam board, and I just kind of created that, cut that out, made sure to leave some pieces of the window there and some on the ground as well, as you can see. And let me take this LED light over here, because LED is probably, you're gonna get the brightest possible view. So there you can see where by using this, I'm able to place these little pieces of wood on the inside there, which is great. And what I did here is, I can't see it as much because it got painted and airbrushed and so forth, but these are just chunks from this wall, so kind of you know, put them down here so it just looked like it was, you know, when it was deteriorating, chunks would just fall out. Deteriorating, and in some cases destroyed, not necessarily by a tank, but it could have just been some random kids coming in and just punching out the wall or kicking out the wall. That could have just same deal. Somebody could have something could have fell into there and broke those bricks out. This is you can't see it much now, but this was a hardwood floor that was carved out. You can kind of still see it in some of the areas. And then this was a yeah, the snow really did a good job covering it. This was more like a tile type floor, and this was also a tile type floor, but this was made in the diamonds, this was made in the square, and again, it's difficult to see just because of all the debris currently there on the floor. Let's see if I can get a little closer. And so yeah, the main focus of this dial was definitely details. I just wanted to make sure I got a lot of the details. So there you can see where I kind of got some rubble, some different color and different textured rubble. So for example, this rubble here is a little thicker than the rubble that I have over here. So these pebbles are, you can see it there better, these pebbles are more, you know, for the brick, like little chunks of a brick was to fall apart and disintegrate. And then this one over here, I just used rubble here was just pieces of this very same foam where I would just rip it out and kind of modge podge it in. This was actually the first dial that I used a lot of modge podge, and also extended the design past the margin, I guess. And it's not something new, unique. A lot of people do this. I've done it before. Usually I keep it to smaller dials just to give those little ones more detail, but this is the first time on a larger dial where I kind of extended the details onto the base. Alright, I think I've covered everything. Very happy with the way this came out, and I'm going to ship this out today. So I have to find a box for it and mail it out and ship it out, and we go from there. So real quick, like I usually do, or you know what, before I even take that wall off, I just wanted to put a Legends in there so you guys can get an idea of scale. And here I have a Marvel Legends Miles Morales Spider-Man, and you get an idea of what the scale looks like. And I just posted a picture on Instagram with the Mezco Daredevil that I've been fiending to use, so I finally put him in a shot real quick, as I have to go to work. I actually have to wrap up this video. Alright guys, thank you again for watching. A few guys have recently asked me if I do commissions. Yes, I work on custom commissions. If you're interested, you can leave a message here and I will get back to you and let you know the information. And I have, you know, price ranges from lower to higher, from smaller dials to bigger dials, from more detailed dials to less detailed dials, so forth and so on. Alright guys, have a great week, and I will holler at y'all soon. Peace.